All right, I think we're live now. So, hello again, everyone, and welcome to my video, which I'll be going live every noon Bangkok time. So that's UTC +7, where I'll be sharing some English knowledge. Now, today I want to share with all of you how to write get well soon letters or emails. Okay, so when someone you know is sick, unwell, or they had to enter a hospital, maybe they were involved in an accident, we can write something to them to cheer them up, okay, and show them that we care about them. So I think there are many cases where you can use something like this. Normally, we could send a card, a get well soon card. So we just buy a card and then sign our name, maybe add a short message. That is okay as well, but sometimes it is it is better or more sincere if we write a letter, or in some cases, if we can't write a letter, we can write an email. But a letter is the best. Okay, it feels the most personal, especially a handwritten letter. So anyway, I think this is another situation we may have been in. All right, so I would like to ask all of you whether you have been in a situation where you need to write a letter or a card to someone who has recently been hospitalized. If you have, please do let me know in the comments section. So basically, we write get well letters when, like, maybe your customers, your friends, your colleagues, your relatives, so anyone, basically anyone, they get sick, we should send them a note, okay, like expressing a positive wish for them to recover, for them to get well soon, okay. And um, so as you can see, there are many groups of people where you can write to. They can be your neighbors. So like if you're close to your neighbors, you can write them a get well soon note as well. Now, I understand that there are many different degrees of seriousness when someone is hospitalized. That is, they have to go to a hospital. So I'll talk about like the more moderate ones. Okay, so someone who got hurt in an accident, or maybe they're sick, all right, and what we should write to them. So, like what I've said at the start, we can we can write a greeting card, okay, a get well soon card, but it is more personal if we write in a letter. So I'll share with you some of the tips of the things we should write in a letter, and also some of the things we should not write in a letter. Okay, so let's begin. And like always, if you have any questions, suggestions, okay, you have any experience you would like to share, please do let me know in the comments section. All right. All right. So let's begin. When writing a letter or a note to someone who has been sick, we should start with what you are sorry about. Like sorry to hear about something. So here is an example sentence. So I'm sorry to hear about your car accident yesterday. So we're focusing on the situation that that person was in. So in this case, the person was injured probably in a car accident which took place yesterday. So it is okay to begin with something like this, okay? If the person was hospitalized because of an illness, we can write things like, I'm sorry to hear about your illness, like that. That is also okay. After writing that, we can talk about our concern about for that person, for the well-being of that person. So we can say things like, I want you to feel comfortable and on the mend. So, it's kind of like expressing a positive wish. So to feel comfortable, like the person who has been hospitalized, probably they're hurt. All right, they don't feel good. So if you write, I want you to feel comfortable, is like trying to express a positive wish. And then the second part on the men is like recovering. Okay, so we can say, I want you to feel comfortable and recovering. You can say that as well. So as you can see, when writing a get well soon letter or email or a note, we need to try to be optimistic. Okay, think about the positive outcome or try to be pleasant. Okay, so don't say all the bad things. Just focus on the good things because that person is in a bad situation. All right. So after we have written the two opening sentences, we can focus on offering to help them in a specific way. Okay. So by saying specific, it means we can't just use a generic sentence like this. So we should not say, let me know if there is anything I can help. Okay. If you say, let me know if there is anything I can help, that's like, generic, like, okay, we can help anything, but it is better, it is more personal to try to be specific. So we should write things like this. So in case of a colleague, okay, someone at work being hospitalized, we can write things like, don't worry about the quarterly report. Our team can manage it while you are recovering. Okay, so perhaps this person who has been hospitalized was working with the team on the quarterly report. So obviously, this is in a company, and he or she got injured or got sick, and now we have to write a letter to them. So we can say that, they should not worry about this work. Just focus on recovering. Just focus on getting well soon. And we just say our team can manage it while you are recovering. Just give them assurance, that they do not have to worry about any work. And this can be um, about anything. Okay, it doesn't have to be work. It can be things like we can say, we'll return the books for them, or we can pick up their kids, things like that. Okay, it doesn't have to be all about work. We can offer to water the plants, feed the pets for them in case the person who got injured is your friend or your neighbor. Okay, um, or you can offer something more open, you can offer to do things for them, maybe to bring something for them, but try to be specific. Okay, don't use generic sentence like let me know if there is anything I can do. Okay, it's not a bad sentence, but we can write better than that. Okay, so now in some cases, if a person has to be in a hospital for a long time, they may be open to the opportunity of people visiting. Okay, so this depends on the situation. There are many cases where like your friend is hospitalized and you go and visit your friend immediately. But sometimes that person is not very close. Maybe that person is someone at your workplace like that. So you may not have the time or the opportunity to visit them on the day that they were hospitalized. Maybe they were busy, there were many processes, things like that. So um, if you would like to visit them, especially when they have to be in a hospital for a long time, we can also include something like this in the letter. Okay, so we can offer to visit them. It is better to write in a way that it is easy for the patient, the person who got sick or injured, to say no to your offer easily. Okay, so don't try to force it on them. We can offer, but we always give them an exit. Okay, because sometimes that person is tired. Maybe they have received many people, many visitors already, and they want to rest. It doesn't mean that they don't like you or anything. So we can write a sentence like this. I would like to stop by sometime to see you, but perhaps it is more important for you to get all the rest you can. If you would enjoy some company, please do let me know. So let's break down these sentences. So the first one, I would like to stop by sometime to see you. You're offering that you would like to visit the patient and you're open about the time. So you say sometime, which means like anytime. But perhaps it is more important for you to get all the rest you can. But here is the important part. We say, maybe, perhaps means maybe, right? Maybe you should try to get some rest. So like you're not sure about your offer, okay? You have to try to be like that so that it is easier for them to say no if they don't feel like having visitors. And then in the second sentence, um, you continue with your offer. So if you enjoy some company, actually, you can say if you would like, but in this case, I wrote if you enjoy some company. So if you would like someone to be with you, to visit you, then please do let me know. So just tell me if you want me to visit. Okay, so this is a good way to offer to visit them. Okay, it is positive and it doesn't pressure any um, any party. Okay, so you show them that you still care about them, and that person can say no without feeling bad about saying no to your offer to visit. Okay, so after that, you can just end your note or letter or email. So just assure the person, that you're concerned for them, you wish all the best for them, you want them to be better. Okay, you give them love, or just say like, you're praying for them. You can say that as well. And like wishing for them to feel more comfortable, wishing them to recover quickly, okay, feel better, have better health, and so on. So end on a positive note like this one. Wishing you a speedy recovery. So you want the recipient, okay, to feel better. So to recover is to get well as soon as possible. So that's the main idea about how to write a get well soon letter or a note or an email. Now, I have some more notes, some points for you concerning what we should not say, what we should not write in these letters and notes and emails. So the first one, okay, don't try to be too specific about the illness or the accident that that person was involved in. So, like in my opening sentence, I said, I'm sorry to hear about your car accident yesterday. That is enough, okay? Just say what type of accident. We shouldn't say things like, let me just type it up a moment. I am sorry to hear about the horrible accident that claim two lives. Okay, so here is an example sentence that we should not use. So, I'm sorry to hear about the horrible accident that claimed two lives yesterday. Okay, so you don't have to go into so much detail like that. It's not something that person wants to hear, obviously. Okay, they have been through this ordeal. Why should they have to read or hear about it again? Okay, just use something more neutral. Okay, don't go into so much details like that. Or, if someone is like um, having a surgery, okay, we just say, you know, I'm sorry to hear about your surgery, just like that. All right. You don't have to go into all the details. You don't have to say the specific process. Maybe they had a surgery on like certain body parts, which we don't normally talk about. So it is better to just say, I'm sorry about your surgery. I'm sorry about your illness. I'm sorry about your accident. Okay? All right. So, um, now, what are the other things we should not say? Well, we should avoid negative words. So words like, victim, okay, let's say handicapped. Oops. Okay. All right, so words like these are not appropriate. They are negative, like victim, someone who suffered something, handicapped when they are disabled. Okay, bedridden means you have to stay in bed for a long time. Okay, so don't try to give the idea of, like negativity or helplessness, or like maybe some kind of self-pity. Don't try that. Try to be positive and also avoid dramatic words. Okay, like let's see. I'm sure you all agree with me that these are too dramatic. Okay, let me just write some of them for you. Right? All right, so I'll put these up. So don't write words like these. Okay, torture, nightmare, agony. Okay, torture is like some when you are, you know, hurt for a long time. Nightmare, which is a bad dream, or agony is like a strong feeling of bad pain. So don't write things like that, unless the situation is that bad. But don't try to be over dramatic like what I said. All right. So, yeah, like what I said, we should try to be and remain positive throughout, okay? And don't say phrases like, I mean, it is okay to wish them well, okay, but don't say phrases which are like cliches. Remember that cliches are phrases and sentences that are overused. They're used too often, so much that the actual meaning or the strength of that phrase is long gone. Okay, it's like nothing. When we say something too much, it's not important anymore. So don't say things like, um, I'm going to write two sentences. One moment. Okay, so here are the things, um, actually, okay, here it is. So here are the things we should not write. So the first one, it's probably for the best, it's an empty phrase, like what is for the best, they're injured, okay? They don't feel best, obviously. Every cloud has a silver lining. So that is also a cliche because, you know, it means that, there is a good thing in every bad situation. But since this person is in a bad situation, we should try to be more specific. Okay, don't just throw out phrases or cliches like this, or even things like, um, okay, okay, even things like this we should not say. So at least you don't have to go to work. Okay. Well, it may be true in your case that, when you're sick, you can be a bit more lazy and don't have to go to work, but we don't know about that person, the patient himself or herself. They may want to actually be working. They may enjoy working. So we should not say at least you don't have to go to work because we don't know the truth. Okay. And, in medicine, there are many ways to treat a patient, okay? So there are like, let's say, alternative medicines. So if that person, the patient, the person you're writing to, decides to choose other kinds of treatment, okay, so maybe perhaps like non-mainstream treatments, we should not focus on that. We must not criticize their choice of treatment, okay? It is their choice, it is their right. Our only job is to just wish them well. That's all, okay? We're not here to discuss anything. So if they chose a kind of treatment that you don't believe in or you don't agree with, then let that be. Okay, leave that person alone and just focus on the more positive aspects. All right. And also, when writing, we only talk about that person's illness or that person's injury only. Okay, don't compare it to someone else, especially when saying like, oh, there is another friend who got injured similar to your injury, but he was like, I mean, he recovered very quickly like that. Okay, not everyone's cases is the same. All right, so even though the manner of injury is similar or the same, don't talk about it. Just focus on the person. Okay, try to talk only about that person, the person who is the patient, so that they feel better. And also, it is best to write a get well soon letter as soon as you hear about the news. Okay, so the sooner, the better, and you will present a more positive image to other people as well. And like always, like what I've just said, sorry, just focus on that person's situation instead of your own feelings. So, don't focus on like, oh, I feel so bad about you. Just say I'm sorry about, and that's all. And then later on, just focus on the patient. Okay, don't focus on your feelings. Um, and here's one more important point. when talking to the patient, when you're writing the email, addressing them, you always should like address them the same way as you did before, like when they weren't okay, they're not injured. Why? Because, once they're injured, they're in a hospital and you like use a different word. It's like you're, focusing on the fact that they are injured, they're sick, and now you have to use a different word instead of using a normal word so that they feel like everything is the same and they can look forward to returning to work or getting well again. All right? So, try to talk to them in the same manner, in the same way as before they are hospitalized. And also, I have one more point I would like to leave with all of you. Uh, if the person is very sick, it is better to write a shorter note, okay, or a shorter letter. And then once they are better, especially when they have left the hospital and maybe they are recovering at home, then you can write a longer letter, all right, especially if you're close to them. So yeah, that's what you should do, okay? Keep it brief, keep it short, and then when they get better, when they have more time, okay, then you can write in more detail. So these are the things I would like to share with you. So please do let me know in the comments if you have been in this situation where you have to write a letter or an email or even a get well soon card to someone. Okay, please share with me what you wrote. Okay, not everything, but just some ideas. And let me know what you think about the sentences that I gave you. You can actually use them, okay, apply them a bit, change them a bit, and use these sentences in the real situation. Okay, so before we leave, I would like to tell you about an English clinic where everyone can come and discuss or consult with me about your English problems, and perhaps we can find a way to improve your English together. Okay, so it is available free of charge for everyone. So whether you're an individual, you're a company, organization, or even an educational institution, please feel free to a point. So the details are in the video's description, and the link for registering, okay, is here. So I have just posted the link. It's a Google form, so you can just go in and fill in the details, and then we can make an appointment. This is free, and it can be made both online through Zoom, or if you're in Bangkok, you can visit me at my office on South Sathorn Road, which can be reached by BTS. Okay, so this is what I would like to leave you with for today. And for anyone who is watching this on the replay, not on the live version, you can also share with me your experience because I'll read all of them and trust me, I will respond to all of your comments. All right. Okay, so that's all for today. Please take care of yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you again next time, which is tomorrow noon. Okay, so I'll be live every noon Bangkok time. That's UTC +7. All right. Okay, see you then. Goodbye.